All right, YouTube, I got that blue Weller packed up and shipped off. So now we're gonna finish working on this Thunder Smoke. So I got blue tape all over this thing. So I've just drilled holes where for the screws that are gonna attach the lid. I've got the pickup spot cut out, and I've got this mark here. So this is where the bridge is gonna land. So I'm just now trying to figure out where I want to put. I'm just going to have a volume knob and a input jack or output jack. I don't know, a jack. I'm gonna put a jack on here, and I'm probably going to put it, because I've got all this room back here, I'm probably going to put it somewhere back here. So I'm just trying to figure out where the knob is going to land. So once I get that done, then we'll wire this thing up. And it'll be close to getting put together. So I also had to pack up another guitar, getting ready to send this one out the door tomorrow. This will be the last guitar shipped for 2024. This video probably not coming out until 2025, but that's the last guitar right there, getting shipped for 2024. It's the Mortal Coil. So I have, looking up here, I think I got one more Mortal Coil box left up there. So, man, I like that box. I like the way they sound. It's just like these Thunder Smokes. They got a real good sound to them. So I'll probably pull that one down. I was contemplating my next few builds. I've got some neck blanks done. So probably pull that down. And I have a leather rose up there. Those are always pretty popular. So I'll probably pull the leather rose down. And I figure out a couple more boxes. Hopefully I can find something that I haven't built before. You know, I kind of gravitate towards these Mortal Coils, the leather rose, those Weller boxes. I did a couple black Wellers, and I did that one blue Weller. I got another Davidoff Year of the Rabbit box up there. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I done got off track. So let me figure out where I want to put this volume knob. And then we'll flip this camera around and wire this joker up. No, this isn't the current Thunder Smoke. This is Thunder Smoke 1. In my last video, you know, I did the wiring, and I said it's always important that you check your wiring before you button the thing up, which I did. But eventually I did find a problem. And so that brings me to the second point. You do need to make sure that you play your guitars after you build them for a while. When I custom build one for someone, I usually hold on to it for about a week, if I can, to play it and just work out the kinks. So I was playing this the other day, and I noticed, well, I don't know if you call it playing, whatever I do to them, but I noticed that the rear pickup wasn't working. And so I pulled this apart. I thought I had a little grounding issue over here, so I rerouted some wires. That didn't fix it. And then the more I got to looking, it seemed like it was the switch. So I was pulling out the switch to replace it, and I noticed, you see this black sheath right here, I noticed maybe when I cut this, because I did cut the length of this rear pickup wire, and then so when I cut the main covering off of this rear wire, I must have nicked this wire right here. So I had to skin that back some more and splice in a piece, make it a solid connection. And so I have just got done checking it, and now we're good to go. So I'm gonna button this thing back up and put it together, and then I'm going to get back to work on this other Thunder Smoke. But I thought since that happened, I would just cut in here and you know, do a little PSA, you know, check your work, you know, make sure you plug it into amp or whatnot. You see I have my multimeter out here just trying to troubleshoot this thing. Whew, what a pain. But anyway, we're back on track now. I'm going to get back to work on this other Thunder Smoke. Okay, I just have a quad rail in this guitar, and it's going to be pretty basic wiring. just gonna have volume and jack. So on these humbuckers, you will get this usually red and white wire. Those are soldered together, and that's what you would use if you're going to do split the coil or something like that. I'd say just make sure they're soldered together, and always just tie them back. And then when I get done wiring this, I will put a little bit of glue over that just to make sure it doesn't touch anything or short out or move around. So just so you know. And then you get this green and bare wire. That's obviously your ground, and then this black is your input. Now when I cut wires and use them, a lot of times I use the black for the ground and the white or a red for the hot. So you know, doesn't matter what color you use as long as you know what color you're using and what it's for. So anyway, here we go. And this is the wire that's going to ground the string. Since this flips back over, it's going to come out. I'm going to have it coming out this side. So I'll put it over here close to this ground right here. All right, I got the glue gun heating up over there. But before I start gluing down these wires, I'm going to flip this over and check it. Make sure we don't have any issues. Well, I guess that's why you check these things. I went to plug this in, and this is pushed way over. It's out of whack. I need to make some adjustments to this. Hold on. And then we'll check it. All right, let's check it out. All right, sounds good. Man, I can't believe that. All right. Like that. All right, and you saw earlier that I had an issue. Sometimes I cut this wire, the length of this wire down. Sometimes I leave it. There's not too much extra here, so I'm just kind of going to glue it. Make sure it's out of the way, not hitting the neck or anything like that. Leave a little room here so that you can run this up and down. There's not a lot of adjustment on this side, but there is a little bit. And then we'll be just about ready to button this thing up. So right off the bat, this is the other reason why I glue this thing down. So just the way I have this bent back, as I'm trying to put this wire here, I can see this wire wants to migrate over towards the pot and ground itself out. So that's another reason why you want to make sure you got your wiring sorted out and glued down. So I'm going to start right here. All right, there it is. Just a couple hits of glue just to kind of hold everything in place. I even put glue over the top of this just to make sure, even if it does move around or it comes in contact with something, that it doesn't ground out. And this is to ground the strings. I have a hole in here. The strings are coming through the body, and so this will go into that hole and hook up with the string pocket. And then that will ground the rest of the strings once they hit the bridge, which is metal. So one string will be grounded down here. Once they come across the bridge, they will all be grounded. And you'll see, it looks like I've got this in the middle, which I almost do. This box is so long, and I wanted to make sure I had some, more than just 12 frets on there, so I moved. So the bridge is gonna end up probably right about here. So that's one of the volume knobs there. All right, let me, a couple little minor tweaks here and there, and then we'll be ready to put this thing together. All right, I plugged this into my amp. I just wanted to make sure that all the electronics were working, and I had it on some sauce, and I just couldn't resist. Man, this thing sounds good. Strings are still stretching, of course. Let me put it on a clean channel so you can hear what it sounds like. Yeah, I think it's pretty awesome. I know I got another Thunder Smoke up there, but I wanted to do one. I kind of went a little overboard on that other one, so I wanted to do one not quite over the top, but still really awesome, which that's what I think this is. The action is really good. I'd cut a bridge. Man, the action was so low on this thing, but I had to raise it up a little bit, but hopefully you can, I don't know what I dropped there. It was my, yeah, it's my little brush I was using earlier. Okay. Yeah, right where my thumb is, that's the 12th fret. I can't tell if you can see that, but it's got really good action. So it's just a quad rail and a volume knob, and because I had a lot of room on this, I moved the jack on the face. It just makes it easier to put this guitar together, really. And it's out of the way. I mean, you would have to be really getting after it before you start hitting your hand on this thing, which, you know, maybe some people do, I don't know. Sounds good. Let me turn it down. Now, again, I don't normally put sound holes in these things. But they still sound off pretty loud. Yeah, sounds really good. These things are cool, man. This thing is. And when I started, I had more guitars lined up here. I've done shipped them all off. Oh. So, gotta build my inventory back up. Here you go. It's just, man, this is a really cool box. I like these Thunder Smoke box quad rail. I did the maple and the walnut neck, and then I got the walnut fretboard and a walnut heel, and then of course take this off of here. All right, hopefully I don't poke anybody. I usually leave these strings on until I'm finished tuning on it, because this is through the box. So if I cut them, I can't get them back through the box. I got to have these little pieces right here to get it back through the box. On this other one, you saw I had to do some internal surgery on it in the middle of this video, and of course I had to put new strings on it because I'd already cut those strings, as a matter of fact. So now, actually, yeah, just to prove it to you. Yep, so now this one's hanging here and it's got the strings hanging on it, just to make sure everything's good to go on it before I cut them off. But since I just put this together, I'll leave them on there for a little bit before I cut them, make sure everything's good to go. But just really cool. So fret dot markers on the front, obviously, and fret dot markers on the top. And I like these locking tuners. I don't know what it is. I just started using these locking tuners. They're a lot smoother, so they're kind of the upgraded tuners. They're really easy to turn and adjust. And then I use this. This is a string guide here. It's a piece of bone, but it is, what is it? Oh, where am I at here? Yeah, what do we call this? Oh yeah, so this is a piece of, I had to look it up, but I got this, you know, from these guys. It's a piece of dyed cow bone right there. It's just dyed. Has something different besides the white on there. I use the 0 fret, but I like putting a string guide here as opposed to notching the fret, which you can do just as, you know, you could just notch this fret, and I think actually that's probably going to help you get a little bit lower action. But I've had a lot of luck with just leaving the 0 fret and not notching it, and then just having this little string guide, so that way when you do the bendy bends, this doesn't, you know, get out of whack. And then I like this threaded insert for the bridge, kind of for the same reason, because now I don't have to notch that. They just kind of fall into those little pieces of thread. So if you're doing the bendy bends on this thing, woo, 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 it's not going anywhere. So there you go. That's I guess this would be Thunder Smoke number 2. I got to look at my book and see what number build this is. I kind of lost count, I think. But really awesome. Thanks once again for checking out this video. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. I got, man, I just, as soon as I get caught up, I get behind. So I pulled 3 more boxes. I know I said that earlier in the video. Pulled 3 more boxes down, trying to, so I can get started on those. I got the necks laying over here on the floor glued up. I'm about to hit them with the router, round them over, and start cutting these boxes. And one of the boxes that I'm doing, remember I did this before, this Alec Bradley. I took the 2 lids and sandwiched them together to make, so be on the lookout for that. This is coming up. I got the neck sitting over there on the floor. All right, I'm rambling and I need to get to work. So thanks for checking this out. I'm out.